Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Tom Bell here from Revenue Tactics, your dedicated affiliate marketing channel. Now, I'm really excited about this video today because in just a moment's time, you're going to be hearing from one of my current private coaching students in my Affiliate Marketing Education Academy. His name is Bobby, he's from the USA, and I've been personally coaching him over the last few months on how to run ClickBank offers with native traffic. As you'll see in a moment, he's been having some fantastic results. I'm absolutely delighted for him. He's got a great campaign going right now and about the $500 to $900 a day mark in the DIY and survival market, which is still quite an underrated market amongst affiliates, but can be an extremely profitable market to get into. Bobby is really maximizing that opportunity right now. And with some of the numbers that you're about to see in his ClickBank dashboard, he's got this profitable campaign going. And as his coaching course progresses, we'll be looking to scale those numbers into the multiple thousands of dollars a day range from here. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the video. And of course, if you'd like to see more of my successful students being interviewed like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hiya, Bobby. Thank you for coming on. It's great to see you.
Hey, Tom. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Very, very welcome. Now, I think we've been working together for, is it 3 or 4 months now, something like that?
I think it's about that. Yeah.
Fairly recently, and you've been having some
Mhm.
great success on ClickBank. So we're going to have a look inside your ClickBank dashboard a little bit later on. But I think what we'll start with is your journey into affiliate marketing. I'd love to hear a bit more about that because you've had quite an interesting background, haven't you? Because I know you were in the military for a while and
Yeah.
been in the online space for a little while, and then you've been in affiliate marketing a bit more recently. But yeah, I'd love to hear a bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I've been doing some online stuff on and off for the past 10 years.
Wow.
Not a lot of success with it. But I think ClickBank was one of the first things that I actually got into, was introduced to.
Yeah,
And I remember at the time I was just going on Fiverr and trying to pay Fiverr vendors to go ahead and promote my offer, which it didn't
right.
work or anything like that. But then after that, I just remember trying just other things like business opportunities,
Hmm.
those like MLM things that
Yeah,
they try to
you know,
disguise as affiliate marketing. And then I've done some drop shipping. I've also done some service business. Nothing with a lot of success. I mean, I might do okay for a little while, but then it wouldn't really be
right.
sustainable.
Yeah.
And then I was even reselling phones for a little bit.
Oh,
And
no way.
yeah. So I'd buy them locally. I'd go ahead, I'd resell them on eBay, and then
Hmm.
eventually I got like a direct buyer who I could contact and I could sell them to. But I didn't really I didn't really like that business, and
Hmm.
eventually I just ended up just getting a regular job, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a regular job, and I'm just gonna go ahead and work on affiliate marketing on the side,
Hmm.
and just really just focus on developing the skills until eventually I could just go ahead and quit my regular job.
That's awesome, man. So, how did you
Mhm.
actually get into the affiliate marketing space? Was there an ad you saw online? Did you join a forum? How did you find out about it to start with?
Yeah, so to start off with it, I think it happened to do with that business opportunity that
Right.
they hit as affiliate marketing. And then aside from that, I mean, I just remember adding a bunch of friends online at the time who were
Hmm.
doing that. Then they started talking about CPA, started talking about
Yeah.
affiliate marketing, ClickBank, and I followed them for a little bit, but I still, like I said, like I have friends that are doing all sorts of different things as well. So
Yeah.
but that's kind of how I saw the potential of it, because I just
Hmm.
remember one guy was making like $5,000 a day, and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's crazy. But I just didn't have any money to invest at the time.
Yeah. Okay. And what did that journey into paid traffic look like for you? Because I know you had a good campaign on Facebook, didn't you, for a little while? And then obviously coming to me to learn native and diversify in that respect. But how did you actually get into
Mhm.
paid traffic and what did that journey look like?
Yeah, so I got into paid traffic. I think I remember first initially it started off with like solo ads and the biz opportunities back about like 10
Right.
years ago.
Yeah,
And
I
again,
remember.
it didn't work. Yeah, you
No.
spend a couple hundred, you make a $20 sale.
Yeah.
The leads aren't very responsive. And
Well,
that was on a good day.
yeah, it's interesting that negative ended up being a net positive for you.
Yeah, yeah. And
Affiliate
then
marketing's just inevitable. Eventually, you find it
yeah,
on the internet, don't you?
yeah. But then I remember when ecom, like the cheap stuff from China, that
Yeah.
you could drop ship through Facebook ads, I think like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago.
Hmm.
I remember watching a course on that, and then all of a sudden I realized like, oh wait, I could actually, this actually
Yeah.
does work. I could actually make some money with paid ads, but of course that lasted so long because customers are just really angry when their stuff took forever to get to them.
Right.
And that wasn't sustainable. Then after that, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try some free methods, and again, back to kind of just being distracted and not really getting any traction. But eventually, I just saw some people were having success with Facebook ads and paid traffic and ClickBank, and I just thought, well, you know what? There's not a lot of moving parts in this compared to other business models. You
Yeah.
create a landing page, you find a hot offer, which ClickBank has so many of
Mhm.
them. And then from there, you create a great ad and you go ahead and you launch it on Facebook. And so, yeah, I was working with another mentor prior to this,
Yeah.
and he taught me this. And along the way, I mean, at first it was just kind of scary spending $25 a day. I'm thinking, oh
Right.
no.
I remember those times very well.
Yeah, it was terrifying. But I remember one of the key things that he said was, well, measure your success on the week
Hmm.
as opposed to day by day. Because if you measure it day by day, you're just gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
And
And you can't let
yeah,
your mood be tied to that volatility either, because you'll be
yeah,
up and down. It's
yeah.
difficult
Some
to
days,
sustain things doing it that way. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like some days they'll be like really good. It's super exciting, and you think you have it all down. Like, all right, I'm gonna be a millionaire soon. And then the next day it's like completely tanked, no sales. But after doing it for a while, you kind of look back on everything and realize that okay, you know what? I don't need to be looking at my campaigns like every 3 seconds.
No.
Uh,
No, definitely not. So you got into
yeah.
Facebook ads, and then
Hmm.
you've obviously been working on native advertising together. Why did you
Hmm.
want to look at native? Because you had a good campaign going on Facebook, because we spoke about that.
Yeah.
I think you had a 30K month just before we started working together. Why did
Hmm.
you want to
Yeah.
look at native? What made you think I should diversify here?
Yeah. Well, the thing about Facebook is, I mean, it's just been so unpredictable over the years, right? There's a lot of account shutdowns and anyways, I just thought, well, I still need to go ahead set up a fan page. I still need to kind of maintain my fan page a little bit.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of comments as well to
Mm,
manage on Facebook. And then I saw native ads and I'm thinking, okay, you know what? There's not as much setup. Your copy is not nearly as long on native
no.
ads. You don't
Images
have to worry
headline.
about, yeah, you don't have to worry about managing comments, fan page, or anything like that. And it just looks so much simpler. And also, I was just kind of looking for something. Campaigns on Facebook would they'd be good for a while, then they die out really fast. And it seemed like native might take a little bit longer to get running. But then once you got it, it seemed like they had a longer lifespan.
Yeah.
And so I decided, you know what? You seem like you're doing stuff with your students, and I wanted to learn more about native and go in that direction.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you did, and I'm glad you're seeing
Mhm.
success, more importantly. So we'll get into
Yeah.
that in just a moment. But how
Mhm.
do you integrate affiliate marketing into your day, Bobby? Because I know you've got a few different things going on, but from someone who's
Yeah.
now earning pro rata six figures a year from this, how do you go about doing
Mhm.
all of your other stuff as well as running your affiliate business? What does your day look like? What does a typical day look like for Bobby?
Yeah, yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, I mean, I still do have a regular job, and
Yeah.
aside from that, I mean, I do a lot of Amazon review videos
Hmm.
as well as well as this. But I think the thing is, I'd say, is just trying to keep things as simple as possible and not overthink it. And like I said, I'm not looking at my campaigns like 5 seconds every day. I try to check it maybe like twice or 3 times at most a day,
Mm.
in the morning and then in the evening. And what I like to do is I like to try to set everything up on the weekend when I have a little bit more time
Yeah.
at work. So during the day, yeah, so a regular day, just how it works is I wake up and then I go about my day. And then from there, I might go on Spire or one of the tools that I use, like
Yeah.
Anstrax, and just kind of see what's working for other people.
Mm.
Just get some idea if it's a day where I'm creating creatives.
Right.
But if not, and then I'll just pretty much just look in my account and just kind of see how things are performing
Mm.
and what I should adjust. So should I raise the budgets? Should I lower the budgets? Should I kill an ad, keep an ad going,
Yeah.
or just leave it? Most of the time, I just end up leaving it.
Yeah.
And then before I go to bed, what I like to do is like I add everything to spreadsheets because I found it's really important to
Yeah. You're
track
a
everything.
spreadsheet guy, aren't you? Love that.
Yeah. I mean, I need to get more organized with them though, because I got two campaigns working right now, and I got them in the same spreadsheet.
I think we
It
had a
makes it
chat
harder.
about that last coaching call, actually.
Yeah, makes it
Yeah, I
harder
was
to look
confused
at
looking at
things.
that.
Yeah, I'm confused at it now.
Well, we can all be more organized as entrepreneurs. I think entrepreneurs are the worst for organization type stuff. I think it's something we have to work at.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. So I think, yeah, I think that's that's one of the things that I want to do is just kind of just put those individually so I could look at them, but then have it where, they all add together at the end and they show kind of what I'm making,
Yeah.
what what I'm losing. But yeah, that's pretty much the day. Get up, look at stuff there, and then I'll go to work. And then I'll go ahead and I'll check my campaign at the end of the day and
Yeah.
I'll add everything to spreadsheets. And then on the weekends, that's when I'll record videos. That's when
Mm.
most of the time I'll just create my creatives on the weekends.
Nice.
And since I also, like I said, just kind of keeping simple and just trying to get like a system,
Mm.
very very systemized. So if I find one thing that works, then it's kind of okay. I'll use that same way to set up my next campaign. And I think AI really helps too these
Definitely.
days.
As long as you understand the output, and that's what I always say to students. When
Yeah.
students
Don't.
are trying to use the AI without understanding the output they're looking for, that's when it becomes a problem. But if you do it yourself first, I think that's a really smart thing to do, which is what you did. And now you're using the AI to actually automate that process for you, which is obviously what it's designed for. The other thing,
Yeah.
yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention is actually running the campaigns doesn't take very long, does it? A lot of
No.
students that are coming into the education academy brand new, they often ask me, well, how long do I need to really commit towards this? And that's what takes the time. It's preparing the campaigns. It's nothing crazy, obviously, but the actual
Mhm.
maintenance is very time efficient. It's just looking over your stats, maybe making a couple of tweaks, but it's not the sort of thing you need to be spending even 20, 30 minutes a day doing, is it?
No. It probably takes me, yeah, like 15 minutes. You look at your stats, and it probably takes me a little bit longer since I add everything to spreadsheets, but that's not necessary.
Yeah. Well, speaking of stats, shall we dive into your ClickBank account and have a look a little bit closer? I think
Yeah, of
people will
course.
be anxious to see. So I will hand over to you. If you want to
Of
screen share
course.
with me, we'll have a look at what's been going on.
Hmm.
Fantastic. So we've had an $880 day. Is that Bobby?
Yep, 880 on Saturday, and then the next day I got 572.46. And what's funny about that is I actually reached out to the vendor about that, and I asked him
Yeah.
if I could go ahead and get a commission bump on it. And
Nice.
so I was getting 90% before, and I'm not sure what I was getting on the back end. And so I was asking, can I get a 90 bumped up to 95%? And the vendor, he said yes. Like I woke up the next morning because I have my schedule since I work nights.
Yeah.
And so I look at it and I see that I was removed from I was removed from the commission groups. So it turned out that I wasn't even getting 90% or the
Ah,
95%. So it turned out he accidentally removed me from the
right.
commission group and forgot to
What a
add me back
nightmare.
to it. Yeah. But fortunately, it still turned out to be a really good day. And eventually he did go ahead and he did add me back to the commission groups for the
Yeah,
95 and the 95% front end and 90% back end.
that's fantastic. So really, there's more in the tank, is what I'm hearing here. And
Yeah.
you've been pretty consistent with it. $800 plus, $600 plus, 650 plus. So you've had some really big days here. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
I'm starting
also
to
thoroughly deserve this. You've put in the work,
thank
you've
you.
been consistent,
Hmm.
you've really been a model student. You've never complained when I've asked you to do something. You've always applied yourself. You're prepared to put up more than one campaign. And the other thing about it is, I don't think you had completely unrealistic expectations coming in.
No.
Some people have very unrealistic expectations. Um, and it's good to have expectations, but it's also important to make sure they're properly aligned. So obviously, we started off at a few $100s a day together. Now we're getting to
Mm-hmm.
that $1,000 a day mark, and I'm sure we're going to be able to scale beyond there. And I think for you, you haven't won ClickBank Platinum before, have you?
No, that's
Okay.
that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I really think you can. Even with this
Thank you.
campaign, I think we can definitely scale this much higher. But when was that breakthrough for you with native traffic? When would you say that really was when you started to say, well, actually, this is real and there's some real potential here?
Hmm. Well, I remember the first day. It was just early December, or no, it was late December, and campaigns were going on the holidays. The budgets were way up, but you told me to go ahead and spend a little bit of money just to get some data back.
Yeah.
And so I spent 100. I wasn't expecting anything, and then all of a sudden I look in my account and I made a little bit of money, and I thought, oh, okay, people are buying, people are buying here,
Yeah.
and then I relaunched again on yeah in January. And I remember the first day I went ahead and I made a little over 600. So two people went through it. They bought, and I thought,
It's awesome.
oh gosh, this is crazy. And of course, it didn't continue in that direction with that campaign.
Yeah.
It died out afterwards. I actually ended up losing a little bit of money, but I think just learning the process and learning
Well,
the foundation, and it just really helped me
yeah.
as I move forward. And I remember you mentioned a couple other traffic networks as well that sounded interesting.
Hmm.
And that's where it took off. Usually when I hear about different traffic sources, I'm a little skeptical because I'm
Yeah.
used to like JV Zoo, Warrior Plus, or they're just like, use this secret traffic source and you'll make
Yes.
$1 million
Oh,
tomorrow.
well, let me know what that is too, Bobby, so I can run there as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think you know all of them, but they
Yeah.
don't make that
I-
much. They
Yeah.
don't make that much, but they're pretty
Sarcasm.
they're pretty good
Sarcasm.
if you know it if they got a great mentor like you. So
Oh, thank you. That's really nice to say, and it's been a pleasure working with you. You're such a nice guy, and you do the work, which is all I can ask. So it's been a real pleasure.
mhm,
So just coming back to what you mentioned about that very first campaign we started, because I think
mhm.
that's an important talking point about
Yeah,
that very first thing you put live, because we tried a weight loss offer first, didn't we? And
yeah,
got sales, there was return coming in, but it just wasn't really something that was sustainable. We found it harder to scale up, didn't we, when we started to increase budgets. So
yeah.
got
Anytime
that,
we,
we killed it
mhm,
quickly, and we moved on.
yeah,
And then you've been running this other campaign for was it like 3 weeks now, and now you have a
yeah,
proper campaign. So
mhm,
the very first thing you test isn't always the big winner. Sometimes it can
no,
take a few campaigns. In your case, it took two, didn't it? And now we're on to something, as in the second one was
mhm,
the winner. And we're in a slightly different market here as well, aren't we? We're not in a traditional weight loss market or a health market or a nutra market. We're in the survival niche. I'm not going to give away
mhm,
the offer that we're obviously running on the call that's going out to thousands of people here. But
mhm.
had you run in the survival niche before?
Yeah. So when I was on Facebook,
Yeah.
I was in the survival niche over there.
Yeah. You had a little
I
bit
had
of
some
experience.
pretty Yeah, I had some pretty good success with that.
Because a lot of people don't even know that particular niche exists, particularly in the UK. It's not really
Hmm
the thing here. I mean, we'll go camping, of course, and fishing and do activities like that, but stockpiling food and creating underground bunkers isn't really something a lot of people really do over here. So it opened my eyes getting into that market when I first got into it, I think 5 years ago now. And
hmm
it's really scalable. It's a big industry, isn't it?
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, there's so many.
it is.
A
I
lot
mean,
of people do that.
the offer that you've got going here, I mean, it will just be a case of increasing budgets from now. We'll see, we're going to do it gradually.
Hmm
That will take us to the multiple thousands of dollars a day mark, I imagine. But fantastic results there. I'm really pleased with what I'm seeing. Should we dive in a bit deeper, Bobby, and have a look at tracking and have a look at some of the stats of the campaign in volume?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Go ahead and switch over
I'm
to.
gonna let you lead this. So there we go.
All right. So yeah, here we are in volume, and here are my stats for today. And so I'm not running this middle offer right now, but I do have these two campaigns right now, and
Nice.
remark that yeah, it means that it went ahead and it got some sales. And so if we
How's
click over
today looking? How are today's numbers looking? We've got
our today's right,
how are today's
the
stats look?
big the big reveal,
Big
right?
reveal. Ah, okay.
Here's what we've made.
Nice. So we have $366 in profit there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how much I made in revenue. It doesn't. We haven't gone ahead and integrated that traffic platform, so it doesn't show the amount that I've spent on it. But it's a little profitable. I think this one it's losing a little bit right now,
Yeah,
but I
definitely.
raised the budget and I started a new ad set.
Mm.
So it's still optimizing as well. And it's still pretty early in the day. So there's plenty of
It
time.
is. But again, I think an interesting talking point because it's always great to reinvest some of your profits in new campaigns to test those. And that's how
Hmm
you can scale. It's one way to scale. Obviously, that would be more horizontal scaling, and we can vertically scale by increasing the budget of the winning campaign as well, obviously. So that's great.
hmm
It's awesome that you're looking to diversify there as well. Is that in the survival market as well? Obviously, I know. I'm just asking for the people at
Yeah,
home.
yeah. Both of these are in the survival market. I mean, that's the thing. You find one winner, and then it's kind of like, okay, let's
Yeah,
dive deeper, dive dive deeper into what's working.
yeah. That's a great way to scale, running similar offers on the same traffic source.
Yeah, absolutely. And then of course we look at visits. I always count unique visits and unique clicks because I don't know, I've noticed that sometimes a lot of visitors on native ads they'll like to click the same ad a bunch of times.
Yeah, can do.
But I think this gives me like a clearer idea of what my landing page click through rate is if I look at unique and add that to my spreadsheet.
Definitely. And have you used any tracking before, Bobby? Because I think a lot of people get quite intimidated by the tracking side of things. They just look at it as really technical, and if they're not technical people, I think it becomes a bit intimidating. But what do you think about the tracking? How have you got on with it all?
hmm So in regards to it, I remember when I was on Facebook,
Mm,
I was just using the yeah, I was just using the regular pixel and just the regular data
yeah.
inside of that at first. And then I had my spreadsheets. No, well, I did try tracking before, and it just seemed like that tracking platform that I used previously didn't track all the conversions and it didn't get all the information that I was seeing from the actual my landing page and from ClickBank. Where volume I like it because you walk me through everything step by step with it.
All right.
And then in regards to just all the data, like I'll look at how what my sales look like inside here, and I'll look on ClickBank, and they've been the same every time. Sometimes it might take a little while to update because I might just get a sale on
Mm,
ClickBank, and then I just got that sale, so it hasn't updated on volume. But
mm.
usually, like 20 minutes later, it updates, and it's just, yeah, volume's just been really solid. Like I said, like you've walked me through everything step by step to get it set up. And at first it was a little intimidating, but just kind of going through it day by day,
Yeah,
I've started to kind of figure it out. And yeah, I really like it. I like
yeah,
having clear data.
becomes easy. I often tell people there's never been a better time to track because when I first got into affiliate marketing, I had no idea whatsoever, by the way. It was completely new to me. And
Mm,
there really wasn't that much information out there. And even the trackers that were out there, you didn't have the parameters that we use to obviously track different variables in the campaign, whether it's our ad ID or a widget ID. They weren't
mm,
all built into the trackers already. So you kind of had to go to private forums and try and get that information online from various people. And it's very difficult. Whereas now you've got a tool like Volume where you can go in and everything's auto-populated. You literally don't have to add anything. You just click add
mm-hmm.
source, and all the individual variables and parameters have been added for you. So I don't think there's been an easier time to track than now.
No, well, what I heard is like what you don't track, you lose. So,
Oh, totally. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it pays for itself in your case, probably 2 hours.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that way you could know what's working, you can know what's not working.
Yeah,
That's kind of the name of the game, like scale what's working and then kill what's not working.
exactly.
And as fast as possible, or not as fast as possible, but make sure you give it enough time to at least get back some data.
There we go. Love it.
Yeah, data informed decisions.
Yeah, that's good. I taught you well.
Yeah.
So fantastic, Bobby. I'm so pleased for you. You're having success. And I know you're going to go on to have even more success. So I've got no doubts in my mind on that. But what does the future hold for you? What are your goals for? I'm not going to say what's your 5 year plan because I don't think any of us can know what's coming in 5 years. What would you hope the future holds for you and what are you working towards?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned earlier, I mean, just quit my regular job
Yeah,
and stuff. And as we also mentioned, ClickBank Platinum
yeah,
would be nice.
100%.
Maybe ClickBank Platinum, the one where you make $1 million a year.
Plus
Who
and
knows?
plus.
What then is it Diamond where you make 5 million?
Diamonds 5 mil, platinum plus is 1 mil.
Okay, possibly. I don't know if I'll make it to Diamond because the thing is not that I don't think it's possible, but I don't know if I just want to only promote ClickBank offers once I
Yeah.
get that
I,
money.
I've worked with tons of affiliate networks over the years.
There's so many of them. I mean, buy goods now is just
Oh,
really competitive. They
fantastic.
they have a lot of great
Yeah,
offers. Yeah. And then I just got accepted in the Max Bounty, so
nice.
I wanna start promoting some of their
Mm,
offers as well. But yeah, I
cool.
guess I guess the goal moving forward is, well, I wanna grow an email list as well.
Okay,
So do some email
yeah,
marketing, make some more sustainable income with this.
cool.
Get to a place where yeah, so get to a place where this is sustainable, hit those, but at the same time, not be at a point where I'm just spending every like 5 minutes
No,
looking. I also want to I also want to continue living my life.
of course. Yeah. I mean, it's a
And
lifestyle
maybe,
business at the end of the day.
yeah, absolutely. Who knows? Maybe I'll want to teach this later on too,
There we go.
but
Is that an
not right
application? Is
now.
that an application to the revenue tactics coaches?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. So, Bobby, what would you say to somebody that's completely new to affiliate marketing and maybe they're on the fence about getting started?
Yeah, absolutely. So at first, I think one of the things that set me back was I just really resistant
Mm,
hiring a mentor.
yeah.
And as soon as I put that investment into into my original one, I remember it was 6,000. It scared the crap out of me.
That what it was?
But
The
I,
first
I made
coach. Yeah.
yeah, I made sure I looked at how much money I had. I was like, okay, I want to make sure I can still afford everything else that I'll need: traffic, like
Yeah.
landing page software, tracking. And I did, but that kind of just I don't know. I guess there was just kind of like a mental shift there. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, well, I invested. Now it's time to actually go ahead and commit, put the work back in, and make that money back.
Yeah. exactly.
It wasn't just like a financial investment, but also just like personal a personal investment as well. And I think that got me even more committed to everything. And it also kept me focused as well, which I
Yeah.
think is just really huge. So I'd say if you can, hire a mentor.
Yeah.
But if not, I mean, I'd say just yeah, track your results on a weekly basis.
Good.
Track your results.
Yeah, I agree.
Make sure that you track them. Um, Also, not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbow. So yeah, so measure again back to looking at it on a weekly basis, but also to be patient and just focus more on just developing the skills and developing the habits that eventually are gonna get you to your goals that you want. And I'd say start with goals first too, just
Right.
so then you kind of have a clear vision. It's kind of like aiming at a bullseye,
Yeah,
right? if you
absolutely.
have no,
Yeah,
if you have nothing, you just throwing the arrow all over the place. But if you have a bullseye, you have a little bit of direction. And so if you have goals, then it kind of gives you that direction of where you want to go with your
fantastic. Well, I think that's a lovely sentiment to finish on. So we will leave it there.
business.
Bobby, thanks so much for your time, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tom.
Really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to our next coaching call.
Of course.
So I hope you enjoyed Bobby's testimonial video and listening to his personal story on how he's found success with affiliate marketing. Now, if you'd also like to see results like Bobby's and take your own affiliate marketing business to new heights this year, then you can apply for coaching with either myself or another member of the team by going to revenuetactics.com/apply for mentorship. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope today's video has inspired you to work towards your own affiliate marketing goals this year.